Yeah.
You are a son of a bitch.
Un saluto a tutti.
Ciao, ciao, Juventini. Welcome back to the AJC. It is almost kickoff. All right, we got Juventus Genoa set to undergo. Look, slight change to the lineup from what we were expecting, everybody. All right, and I'll just pull up the graphic so we can look at it. And that is that Iling Jr. is not getting the third straight start. Kostic is in the lineup. Other than that, as you can see, everything is the exact same. All right, Szczesny, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, Cambiaso, McKennie, Locatelli, Miretti, Kostic, of course, like we just talked about, Vlahovic, and Chiesa. All right, so regardless of just that one subtle change, this one is a must win. Has to go down. All right, we have to get the victory. We're not far from kickoff. I'm looking at my feed here and the graphics that are upon us here, and Giardino, no surprise, going in a 3-4-2-1 is how it is listed. All right, this is of course going to still play out the same, and making a 5-man wall using Macias and Spence to close out the back three. All right, so it's going to be a very tight one, going to be very, very interesting. Guys, get your predictions in. Going to say what's up to everybody. Ciao tutti. Alex P in here. All right, Opa, hello everyone. Now let's take another 1-1. Hopefully not. Let's get the victory today, everybody. What time is it for me? It is 4:30 a.m. everybody. All right, so 4:30 a.m. here in Canada. All right, and FFF. Oh, Alberto is always quick to laugh at other teams' downfalls. Now let us laugh at yours. Listen, that's never going to change. I'm always going to laugh at other teams' downfalls. It's a nice thing you have a calculator as your profile pic, because you can calculate the different ways that I could tell you to GFY, all right? But I'm just going to use the classic. There. Really makes no difference what you do. But imagine not supporting a club but following their content creators. Oof. 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 Rough moment. All right, but get your prediction in. FFF calling for the 2-1. Couldn't care less what your pick is. All right, now let's get to this one. Mark 1. Ciao. Yeah, special breed of hater following other content creators of teams they don't support. Unbelievable. Now 2-0 from Adam. McKennie assist and goal. There you go. I called a tight one. 2-1 victory. I do think both teams will get a goal in this one. We will see what happens, everybody. But we are not far from the action. I'm going to pull this down. We're going to get ready for kickoff here. And keep the predictions coming, everybody. Keep the predictions coming. This has to be a win, though, everybody. That's all I could tell you. All right, that much I can tell you. Has to be a victory for Juventus. Another retiro. Heard about Max keeping them all together and everything. We will see. Lord De Chilio finally on the bench here. Does he get some minutes in this one, everybody? Does he get back into the fold here immediately? We're waiting for a guy like Thiago Giallo to get the nod. Get some minutes, some debut minutes, but do not be surprised if Lord De Chilio finds his way into the lineups. We know how Max's boys are to him. Let's see what happens. For me, I don't really care who finds their way into this game. Just give me the victory. Give me the 3 points. There is little room for error now. Bologna getting the job done this weekend, as I expected, against Empoli. And Roma also expected to get the victory against a lowly Sassuolo. So breathing room is disappearing. We just got to get the points. That's all that really comes down to right now. Salvatore being positive this morning, going with the Juve 3-1 victory. I like to see it. For us, Same story we talked about on the preview show with Lex. All right, by the way, congratulations again going out to our own Lex, as she has been nominated for Footballer of the Year in her respected area. All right. But yeah, for us, the key, like we talked about, the outsides are going to get tight. Flanks are going to try to get shut down by Genoa. They play a lot more defensive on the road than they do at home. So for us, playing through the middle is going to be critical. All right, so we got to do that. We don't know. No, it's just nominations right now. She's just been nominated. We don't know when the winner is announced, but I am going to start posting things on social media. All right, so that if there is a chance we could back her, we absolutely will. Gatti, no call up, did not get the call up. I actually expected that. I was surprised a little bit at Locatelli because there were a lot of rumors that he wasn't and hasn't been in good form. All right, see what happens. Force was saying feels like Jalo has been teasing his return ever since he signed with us. Max must hate him or something, not even giving him one appearance from the bench in 3 months. Yeah, I'm not really sure with Jalo there. I thought we were going to get a debut a little while ago, but we'll see what happens. We see Juve coming out of the tunnel here, followed by Massimiliano Allegri. Yeah, I'm with you, Adam, 100%. Hope he puts in a strong performance. We need him at his best, and we need him to really put in a good showing here. He's more than capable. It's just time to do it. Time to stop messing around. 4:30 a.m. We'd better win. Absolutely, we better win. Jesus. All right. Genoa and Juve walking out to the pitch now. We're not far from kickoff, everybody. We'll get a good look at one of Juve's targets as well, Goodmanson. Hopefully he doesn't do a whole bunch, though, today. So, yeah. Luca saying Loca with the fresh cut. Yeah, it's over for Genoa. That's what it takes. Get this guy a haircut before every game. McKennie has been solid for Juventus this entire season. Obviously, we know the latest on the contract extension. Looking at him to have a big, strong showing again. He's, of course, maybe looking for some more money. Depends if those rumors are true or not. And a little bit of a tough call there. Kostic getting into the lineup again. His future very much being speculated to be away from Juventus coming up this summer. Oh yeah, Genoa going with that goldish type shirt, and now Opa saying, "Are we playing Hellas Verona?" I'd take it because Hellas Verona further down in the table than Genoa. I think this one's going to be a tight one, everybody. I think it's going to be a tight match. But like we said, Genoa, the way they play on the road versus how they play at home is much, much different. They will be more on the defensive at home. Look at the VAR room. My God, please. Hopefully nothing has to come from the VAR room in this one. Definitely nothing that's going to have an effect on the outcome. Juve storia di un grande amore. Love this every time. And I love the fact that it continues on like this. A cappella from the crowd. Beautiful sold out stadium. All right. The support's still there, which is nice to see despite the run. The lads still need to be backed. We've played an entire season seemingly away from home until this new management has corrected the situation with the ultras in the stands, which has made a big, big difference. And at least that is one of the big positives coming out of this season. Well, enjoy the roof work there, Alex. But thanks for coming in here, brother. Drop of the like, appreciate it. Forza Juve. Let's go. Guys, we're not far from kickoff here. There we go. Fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Genoa kicks things off with the ball, and Goodmanson's going to launch this all the way outside to the left corner for them. Our right flank, and Cambiaso sees Vasquez off as it goes out for a throw-in to Juventus. Gatti set to throw this one back in. The air horn always gets at him. You know what? I kind of need it. It's, 4:30 in the morning here. I need the air horn more than anybody today. Lucas, Fido alla fine. Let's go, everybody. Come on. Bani's going to drop it back for Josep Martinez here with Genoa's keeper. No pressure. He plays this one on the carpet. Moving up here, Miretti watching his man here. Spence kidding in. Plays it over. Vasquez crossing this one in. Oof, gets it all wrong. All wrong. And that'll go out for goal kick to Juventus. A minute 30 into this one. When is the DeShilio emoji coming? Oh my God. I tell you what. Let's see if he gets some minutes first. Bremer carrying this one forward. Plays it up. Gatti on the right. Back to Bremer. In for Locatelli. Back to Bremer. He scans. Oh. Misses Gatti right next to him there. Again, Genoa on the road, a lot different. We need to impose ourselves. We need to dominate possession because they like to sit back and play defensively. Trying to hit teams on counters, so let's hurt them. Let's get possession and let's put them under. A little bit of pressure there, but Martinez fools Vlahovic with a feint there and plays it to his defender. And now we have a little bit of an issue here. Bani ended up wanting to get his mask off, so playing it out. McKennie just throws it right back to Genoa. Bani has removed his mask, and now play resumes. Martinez into Vasquez. Playing it out to the wing. All the way back to Martinez. Ooh, work to be done there. Vlahovic closing down quickly, and Martinez can only have it out. It's going to be a throw-in for Juventus. 3 minutes into this one. Very slow start to this. There you go. It's the Australian time to enjoy a 10:30 p.m. kickoff there. Peroni, love it. Salute, fra. Vlahovic turns. Trying to get a shot lined up with his right. Oh, it falls back. Drop back from Cambiasso to McKennie. Has this one off a defender. It's going to go out. It's going to be a corner kick for Juventus. Good work from McKennie there. Him and Cambiasso crossed their wires there for a second there, but still managing to at least salvage a corner from this one. Miretti heading over to that. Cambiasso was standing over it. Miretti set to take this one in. Let's get a nice one right out of the gate here, everybody. Here we go. Miretti, ball in. Oh, headed out. Only as far as Kostic. Tries to cross one in. It's blocked. Locatelli now. Plays this one back over the top, but it's going to go all the way to Martinez. Bremer cuts this one out. Heads it down to Cambiasso. And I said one of the keys, I'd like to see Cambiasso more central. Playing out of that midfield. Swapping out with McKennie and getting McKennie out wide. And we are seeing Cambiasso cutting inside to that midfield. Locatelli pressing very, very high here. Was calling for an even press with Duchan over next to him and McKennie. They did press. Now you can see everyone on Juventus has man marked. Martinez with it. But a little bit of space there as Gatti's got to step up on Goodmanson, who today is playing a little bit different. Not as high up as they usually deploy him. He's going to be creating a diamond midfield for Genoa in order to help them. And here you go. You see Juve is just manned up. Martinez looking for an option. Gets it out to the flank. Ball played beyond Cambiasso, but Gatti comes in, cleans it up. But it's going to be a Genoa throw. Perin on the bench. He's coming back from injury. Everybody's pretty much fit except Alcaraz and Milik, who has just gone down for 10 to 15 days. A little bit of a scramble here, and now a foul on Bremer, it appears. And this is a good spot for Genoa on a free kick, so Juve is going to have to contest this one. An early Coco Melon call. All right. 6-minute Coco Melon call from Opa. So far, team's still a little bit rusty. Adam saying we're sloppy at the moment. It is. It is not a clean start to this one. Goodmanson set to take this one. Puts this one in the mixer, headed on. Tech has to come up big and be aware there, and they see this one out. It's going to be a Genoa corner. Big stop there from Tech. Flipped on. It looks like potentially Bani was the one that got his head to it to flick this one on. And Tech definitely had to be aware. Goodmanson set to take another one, this time a corner. Here it is, delivery, headed, stops to the back post, volleyed, and this one's into the hands of Tech. You know what? I like this. Retegui wasn't letting Tech get the ball out of his hands and everything, and Danilo steps in there. And I like that from Danilo. Now the ref's going to talk to both of these guys, Danilo and Retegui. I like that. I like that. Guys, take a second while you're here, while we wait for play to resume after talking to Retegui and Danilo to get the likes in here, all right? Let's get the likes in here. And now play has resumed. Gatti. Inside, little one touch there. Oh, Cambiaso couldn't get it back. Oh, Cambiaso gets spun there. Genoa trying to come up that flank there. Bremer comes in, sees this one out for Juventus. He's going to lead the ball for Gatti there to take the throw in. Closing in on 9 minutes. Has Juve had any dangerous chances so far? Nope. Nothing yet. Very, very early, though. Very, very early, though. Chiesa working all by himself up that right flank. Ends up going out. It's going to be Genoa throw in. Oh, no. Yes. Macias set to take it for Genoa. He's going route one. Looking Rettigi's way, who gets tossed down by Bremer. Martinez going to play this one out. Bani ends up finding... we just can't win this ball back. We do win it here, though. Frendrup was the one whose pass was cut off. Must have got a touch off a Genoa player. It's Juve throw. Kostic set to take it in. Now he plays this one all the way back to Bremer. Bremer couldn't handle it as it came in pretty high. Sends it over to Danilo. Back to Szczesny. Szczesny now. Slides it out to the right side for Gatti. Up for Cambiaso. Back to Gatti. Over to Bremer. And Bremer now. Flipping this one out to the left flank. Kostic settles it. Plays it back for Danilo. Goes back to Bremer. Has Gatti. Plays it to him again. Looking for options. Nothing really opening up. Not a lot of movement from Juventus. Bremer now. Slots it over to Chiesa, who's dropped back to collect. Takes his man on. Plays it up ahead for Kostic. Kostic takes a step forward. Vlahovic. And there's an offside for Juventus. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy play, you guys. Yeah, way too slow. Salvatore, I completely agree. It's way too slow. Way too slow. And I want to get Cambiaso more in the middle. Like, we got to find the guys in the middle. They got to move around. They got to show for the ball. And they got to create. They got to step up. The flanks, it's going to be a long day if Juve wants to play out the flanks when teams mirror us. Genoa's literally doing that. Oh, Bremer heads this one out when Tech is calling for it. Just sloppy. Danilo's down now. Very, very sloppy, you guys. Closing in on 13 minutes. It's 0-0. Not a bunch in this one right now to start. 51% possession to Genoa. 2 total attempts from both sides. I think both of Juve's were blocked. They were. And 2 on target for Genoa. Not much in this one right now. Juve in possession. Locatelli goes to switch field to Kostic. Gets it all wrong. Miretti wins this one back after Locatelli's pass is cut off. Kostic finds himself on it. Tries to play it forward, takes a little too long, and is cut off by Spence. I completely agree with Bobby Davados here that our midfield is a constant weak link. And it says a lot when we're looking for guys that are fullbacks like Cambiaso to step in there to create for this team, to bring something out of this midfield. It speaks volumes. Martinez now ripping this one forward. Cambiaso cuts it off, but gets it only as far as Goodmanson, and he's on it now. Bade over to Spence, back to Bade. Now plays it forward. Goodmanson, nice touch there from him. He's going to cut into his left foot, drops it for Spence. Here comes the cross, going to the back post. McKennie doing battle. Now Cambiaso heads it forward for Vlahovic. Plays it in for Chiesa. Lovely ball over to Cambiaso. Now Juventus can move forward. Cambiaso with it. Oh, tries to hit Vlahovic. Oh, Cambiaso not with the best decision on that one. Miretti on it now for Juventus. Let's see if we can get something out of this. Oh, tries to send a through ball for Kostic. It's cut out. Nice step in there from Danilo. Bremer coming in, winning his battle. Jesus, you guys, talk it out between Luca and Bremer. Call that ball. Here's McKennie on it now. Let's get a little bit of pressure. Look at Miretti. There you go. Luca finds him. He's got Kostic to the left. Plays it to him. Here comes a cross. Spence gets a piece of it. Oh, bad touch there from De Winter. That's going to go out. It's going to be Juve corner. Let's see if we can capitalize on this one, everybody. Guys, don't forget, Tony De Winter, Juve property, but I think he's somewhere around 3 or 4 more appearances for Genoa, and then it becomes an obligation to purchase, all right? Miretti steps up to take this corner. 16 minutes in. See if we can strike. Referee coming over, getting Goodmanson to drop back. Miretti stepping up. Short to Chiesa. And Chiesa now has it over McKennie's head. He takes a knock to the back of the head for his troubles. Goodmanson trying to break free for Genoa. Kostic as well to catch up to him. Goodmanson still on the ball. And then that's a foul on Goodmanson. Good work there from Kostic. Yes, well defended from Kostic. I absolutely despise short corner kicks, all right? I'm with Forza Juve. Hate them. Goodmanson down right now. Goodmanson's a good player, you guys. I really do appreciate what he can do, and if we are looking for someone in that price range, I still say I would pick Goodmanson over Ferguson. Goodmanson, he's up, walking the sideline, having a drink. Tech now. Plays it forward. Gatti. Moving forward. Options disappear quickly the further up the pitch he gets. Now Danilo. Over to Kostic. Closed down by Spence. Goes back to Danilo. Back to Kostic. A little bit of space ahead of him. Goodmanson is now back in play. And Kostic nowhere near Dusan Vlahovic. This is just really, really weak. Really, really, really weak. Come on, you guys. Let's move the ball around. Let's get this midfield involved. Let's get them active. Move around. We haven't even challenged Genoa in marking us or watching us. Spence on it for Genoa. Kostic doing battle. Spence can only go as far back as De Winter. Pade's on it. Spence up ahead for Vitinha. And there's a cross going back post, chested down by Cambiaso. Tech will come and pick it up. Tech launches it with his arm out to Kostic. Has space to carry forward into Genoa's half. Plays it in for Medetti. Medetti scanning. He's going to go back for Bremer. Bremer carries it forward. Drops off for Gatti. Back to Locatelli. In for Medetti. Plays it outside for Gatti. Locatelli for Gatti. Medetti wants it inside. Oh my God, we are so slow on the ball. Danilo inside for Medetti. He can turn. He's looking for some options here. Over to Chiesa. Back inside for Medetti. He's running into the area. He's in there. Oh, makes a turn there. Looking for contact. It is played out. It looks like it's going to be corner kick for Juventus. Nothing doing on the foul there. Nice cut there from Medetti on Bani. There's nothing there. Medetti looking for it. But at least we get the corner kick. Kostic set to take it. Cross coming in from Kostic. Martinez comes out and punches it out, but it stops for Cambiaso. Oh, tries to play it across, but Goodmanson shut it down immediately. Going back to that Medetti sequence, it's one of the things I've said. We were just talking about him on yesterday's preview show, me and Lex, and I said the one thing with him is he just, when he gets further up the pitch and the time is taken away from him, the less time he has on it, that's when his decision making becomes an issue. Is when he has less time to make those calls. If he can clean that up, if he can pick that up, he could be such an effective player, but it's always the story there, and way too slow there. Chiesa's pass in for Medetti, but Kostic cleans it up, and now he tries to run back. Spence deflects his pass. Kostic trying to keep it in, but it goes out. Last touch on Kostic. It's going to be a Genoa throw. This is overall still a very, very sloppy opening 22 minutes for Juventus. Martinez on it. It's going to go route one. Bremer sizing this one up. Heads it down. Gatti flips it on. Vlahovic settles for McKennie. Nice ball. Tried to play advance there. Medetti cuts this one out. Oh, just inches away here. Battle there between Vitinha and Danilo. Danilo's got a chip on his shoulder today, and I'm okay with that. Here's Medetti on it. Now over to Chiesa. This is where you need an overlapping run on the outside of Chiesa, and there's nothing there. Locatelli, for some reason, finds himself standing out in that way, and he doesn't make the overlapping run because it would make sense for him in that position. But where the hell is Kostic? And Retegui having a rip here, but that one's wide of Szczesny's goal. Yeah, it's just like you watch Chiesa get double teamed and nobody makes that outside run for him, that overlap to just try and take away an option. And it's just frustrating to see. Szczesny. And this one's going nowhere. What the hell, you guys? Thank God Frendrup with a garbage touch there sees it out and it'll be a Juventus throw-in. But very, very sloppy to say the least. And that's putting it nice. That's putting it nicely. Danilo throw into Kostic. Frendrup has this one off of Kostic's foot. It's going to be a throw in to Genoa. Spence set to take it. De Winter has to go back to Martinez. Juve just manning up. No pressure on Martinez to get this ball out of his feet. 24 minutes, 28 seconds into this thing. Kostic heads this one down. Miretti can't win that battle. Vitinha and Kostic battling. Genoa trying to keep this one in play. Miretti does play it back, but it stops for Spence. Into Goodmanson. He turns on Locatelli. Drops it for Spence. Here's a cross in. Right across goal. Cambiasso plays it back out the other side. It's going to be corner kick. Dangerous ball in, though. Oof. Goodmanson getting set up to take another one here. Another corner. And Rick saying, Alberto, mentally, I think Juve are gone. Seriously, this is Genoa. It's one of the fears that they have shut down after that whole Empoli draw on this whole run. They just can't get it going. A little shove in the back there, nothing doing. Cambiasso doing battle there, wins it. No foul there. Cambiasso looking for options. Jesus Christ, we can't even just move this ball. Miretti, Megs his man, trying to do battle with three there, finding Cambiasso. Good work from Miretti there. McKennie carrying it forward. He's going to pop this one over out to the left for Miretti. Taking on his man, Frendrup. Gets it out to his right foot. Pushes it back for Gatti. Gatti's going to line up a shot, and it's easily stopped by Martinez. So there's the first shot on target, and it falls to Gatti from about 24 yards out. But not much on it. Danilo goes through the back of Vitinha here, gets a foul. Genoa puts this thing back in play. Bade's going to be on it. And Frendrup, quick exchange. Bade now over to the left side. Vasquez. Macias crosses it in. Locatelli heads it down, but only as far as Bade, and he tries to volley this one back, and it's well wide of Tech's goal. Kostic dealing with Frendrup there. Has it in for Miretti. We do have a little bit of space there. He's trying to flip this ball through. Oh my God, what a mess. What an absolute mess. Just sloppy. Kostic does earn the foul there from Vitinha. Giardino gives Kostic a leg up. Let's go. Danilo, back to Bremer. Over to Gatti. Gatti, back to Bremer. Like, this is what I'm talking about. So our mids, like, we're asking Gatti to break the lines on these passes. Drop back, collect the ball, and pick your head up, and let's move it forward. Bremer, over to Miretti, into Kostic, back for Danilo, in for Locatelli, over to Vlahovic, back to Bremer. Some space opening up the right side. Gatti, inching forward, closer and closer. Miretti turns inside for Locatelli. Locatelli now on the carpet over to Chiesa. He's 1v1. Tries to cut in, loses it. And Spence has this out for a Juventus throw. Oh my God, Chiesa. 2-foot pass to Kostic there. Locatelli shouting, or this is sloppy, you guys. This is very, very sloppy. Like, Bremer chests this one down, plays it forward, settled by McKennie. He's got two guys he's trying to work on here. Plays this forward. Macias coming in, challenging, does well. Tug there, that's an easy yellow card on McKennie. Actually ends up with just a warning, despite the blatant tug there. Guys, I've seen training sessions. I've been part of training sessions with more intensity than the level Juve's playing this game at. Like, this is very, very weak. And if I'm being quite honest, it's pissing me right the fuck off that it's 4:30 my time in the morning. And these guys have no fucking urgency. Let's go. Bremer over to Gatti. Into Cambiaso. In for Vlahovic. Settles it. Nice turn back in for Cambiaso. Over to Miretti. There you go. Now Kostic. 1v1 with Spence. Has this one on the carpet. A hit there from Gatti, and it goes wide off a deflection from Genoa. And now we get a corner kick. A little bit better. There you go. Pick up the tempo. Pick up the pace. Oh, it's a big intervention there from Genoa's defender. That's better. Now we get a corner kick. Come on. Kostic set to take this one. There's a delivery. Bremer just can't direct that one to goal. It stops over on the right flank for Miretti. He's taking on Spence there. This one's on the carpet, and it's blocked out. Here's Locatelli. He has a hit. It's blocked again. Genoa throwing their bodies on the line to block everything from Juventus. But that's better from Juve. Let's go. If a team's going to sit back and defend, put them under. Cambiaso's on it now. Miretti. Holy Christ, let's go. Bremer to Danilo. Over to Kostic. Miretti trying to come in and show. He does. Oh, bad pass from him, but Kostic reads the interception from Vitinha and takes over possession. Kostic finds himself now on the right side. He's going to have this over for Bremer. Has Danilo to his left. Oh my God, Bremer trying to find Miretti there. Stop asking these guys to pull the strings here. Jesus Christ. Midfield, go and collect the ball, please. There's a foul from Danilo on Vitinha. He's giving Vitinha a hard time today, and I'm okay with it. So everybody, 33 minutes or 34 minutes into this, okay? 61% possession for Juventus, 6 total attempts for Juve, 1 on target, 4 total attempts for Genoa, 2 on target, excuse me, for them. 4 out of our 6 shots have been blocked. Got a free kick here from the Danilo foul on Vitinha. Goodmanson lines this one up. Goodmanson putting this one in, going back post. Headed out by Gatti. Miretti trying to do some battle there with Bade. McKennie into Miretti. Drops this one off for Vlahovic. Chiesa's off to the races. You just got to hit him. There you go. Being closed down by Spence. Doubled up. Bad toucher from Chiesa. But he's going to try and turn Frender up. Nice play at the top for Vlahovic. Miretti tries to have a shot. It's blocked. Kostic dropping this off for Luca. Oh. Vitinha working hard there for Genoa. Foul there on Kostic. No handball there. Lobbying for some calls there. But see it hit the elbow and the arm's in a very natural position. Guys, you got to snap out of this. We got to get out of the funk. You're at home. You're playing Genoa. They're parking it a bit. Get after it. Like, let's go. Where's the urgency? Let's go. Put them under the pressure. Mid's got to start moving around. Get this damn ball. We're so content to watch Gatti, Bremer, and Danilo try and dictate the game and move this ball around. It's like, what are we doing here? De Winter playing it up for Frendrup. His ball's cut off by Locatelli there. Played to Chiesa. In for Miretti. Over to Danilo. Slots it over to Gatti. It's Cambiaso to his right. Here's Cambiaso. Cutting in. To Danilo, who stepped up. Locatelli finds himself on the left now. Plays it over for Chiesa. He's going to battle Spence here. And there you go. Gets a cut there on the left foot. There's a foul there. They give corner kick. Chiesa looking for more. Looks like it was outside the box anyways, even if he gets that foul there. Kostic set to take this corner. Let's get a head on it. Ball's in. Oh, doesn't get past the first line, but Cambiaso settles it. Takes a slash at it, and it's blocked again. Another block shot from Genoa. Miretti scanning in the end goes to Cambiaso, who's hugging that right flank. Here's a left-footed cross in. Gatti can't get ahead to that. Beaten to it by De Winter. Genoa's going to launch this one. Retegui gives chase. And he's all over the back of Miretti. Easy call there. Juve's going to start this one up quickly. Kostic over to Chiesa. Plays this one back for Danilo. Into Locatelli. In for Miretti to Danilo. To Miretti. Half turn there. Sees Gatti out on the right flank. Plays it to him. Carrying it forward. Drops it for McKennie. Danilo wants it. He gets it. Kostic now. Over to Chiesa. Now he's lined up on Macias. Oh, Chiesa's just having a rough goal today, man. He is just having a rough goal. He looks slow. Yellow card to Danilo now. Yeah, Chiesa's just losing it way too easy every time. I don't know. He looks just awful. Chiesa looks just awful today. And he's getting called. Chanky saying Chiesa's having a bad game. Mark saying, what the hell is wrong with Chiesa? Bade on it. Back for Goodmanson. Here's Spence. Macias. Cutting onto his right foot. There's a hit, and it's high and wide of Szczesny's goal. 40th minute, you guys. Gatti to Bremer. Over to Danilo. Kostic now receives it on the left flank. Moving forward. Absolutely zero options. Look at the positioning from our players. Like, get to a spot he can actually see you. And our mids just bomb forward. Like, the spacing, the positioning is just shocking. Gatti finding Locatelli. There you go. A little bit of space here for Case. Over to Kostic. He can work on Spence now. There's a cross coming in. It's blocked, and now Goodmanson's just going to pump this one forward. Bremer has to come inside, clean this up on Vitinha there. Bremer trying to settle it down. Throwing all the way back for De Winter. Chiesa giving chase. Goes all the way back for Martinez. Let's get the press forward. Man up again. Force this ball out of his feet too. Played in for Frendrup. Back to Martinez. Nobody going to Martinez. Just simply plays it to De Winter. And one quick pass to Goodmanson, who's dropped very, very deep to collect. In for Vitinha. Plays this one over. Bade. Errant pass. Cambiaso cleans it up. Here's Locatelli on it. Over to Danilo. Over to Gatti now. Back for Bremer. Over to Danilo. Now it's out for Chiesa. Again, 1v1 with Spence. Plays it forward for Kostic, who's doing battle with Goodmanson and De Winter. Kostic does well there. Should be a Juventus throw off of De Winter. They quickly have it. Chiesa's on it now. Here's a cross going back post, but the run was inside from Cambiaso, and it'll be easily collected by Martinez. 42 minutes, 22 seconds, 0-0, and a very drab, flat first half. Oh. There's just no positive energy from any of the guys out there on the pitch. Like, it's very, very weak across the board. Goodmanson finds himself on it. Over to Frendrup. Junior Macias cuts into his right foot again. And there you go, pass cut off. Oh, Vlahovic with a bad touch there. Trying to fight through with this one. We do get it up there for Miretti. On the carpet for Vlahovic. Has Chiesa. Oh my God. Vlahovic livid there, and that's not on Fede, Dusan. That's not on Fede. Come on, man. How do you miss that pass? How do you miss that pass? How do you miss that pass? Jesus Christ, that sums up the first half right there, everybody. It really, really does. Just sloppy. Kenny tries to flip this one in. Frendrup just cuts it out. Close it in on 45 minutes. Maybe get a minute of stoppage time. There's not much in this first half at all. Maybe the ref just ends the pain and calls it immediately at 45. Gatti back to Bremer. Inside for McKennie. Tries to pop this one out. We're at stoppage time here. 1 minute of stoppage time. McKennie, just can't find Locatelli there after winning the ball back. And it's not like it's one guy right now. It's everybody. Everybody's flat. There's like very little energy. And that's the one thing I'd say. Like looking at us since Empoli moving in now, it's energy. Our energy is gone. We're completely flat. Here you go. Here's Chiesa. 1v1 with De Winter. Running down that left flank. 3 players for Genoa. Rush back in. Oh, Miretti just couldn't get that touch in. And De Winter cleans up, plays it back to Martinez. It's going to be played out. This will end the half. Halftime. 0-0. Holy Christ. Madonna, you guys. 5:20 a.m. now, my time. This could be the earliest recorded time of me getting Lachita, okay? Holy Christ. That is rough. That is very, very rough. And I'm going to touch on this point that Rick Ossie and I were discussing earlier in this watch-along. Mentally gone. This is why I said, regardless of what's happening with Max, regardless what happens there, regardless of the coach, but there very much is the potential that this team has shut down, okay? And that is why, for the past couple weeks, I've been saying, you have to get the message into the players from somebody above Max. We still have work to do. It's still all hands on deck to get a top 4 finish. You have Bologna, who's playing fantastic. You have Roma, who's tallying up points. There's no room for error. The message to these players, okay, has to be that this summer, nobody's safe. We're sellers. Play for your goddamn jobs. My thing is, I question how many of these guys would actually care. And I would be calling out their characters and I'd be calling them out to get something, because regardless of tactics or strategy or anything, the bare minimum needs to be the work effort, the drive, the determination, the energy. This is absolutely brutal to watch. You're trying to snap out of a funk, 1 win out of 7 games, and you get a first half at home like that to a team that is happy to give up the ball, to defend for seemingly an entire first half. It's unbelievably brutal to watch. And the errors there are definitely a lot of individual errors in just simple passing, okay? We look at the numbers. 61% possession for Juventus, 7 total attempts for them, 5 for Genoa, 1 on target for Juve, 2 on target for Genoa. Neither team with a big chance created. This has been brutal. This has been brutal to watch. Now, Dell's saying that high energy, intense play has never really been a feature of ours under Max. We had positive energy during that run that we had this season. The energy was there. The fight was there. The effort was there. I don't remember watching games during that stretch where I could say at least these guys, these guys aren't working hard. That's just a bare minimum. This is crazy. This is insane to watch. But from Max's perspective, what is being orchestrated or directed to help this team? We're watching the same struggles. This is not the first time a team has lined up in a 5-man wall across the back, okay? And this is where I'm really starting to get absolutely fed up. This is not the first time we've seen that. And yet, here we go. You continuously struggle. You continuously can't figure out that you need to play through the middle. Your midfield needs to be the key when teams shut down your flanks. What are we doing to help that? Cambiaso has hugged the right byline for the majority of this game. We're happy to have Gatti, Bremer, and Danilo on the ball for the majority of that 61% possession. Nothing is going to come from those players being on the ball that much. And our midfield, we continue to bomb them forward. McKennie bombing forward, Miretti bombing forward. Nothing is going to come of this. They need to get back more involved in collecting the ball. Switch it to a 2-man pivot if you have to so you can easily get them on the ball. But I don't understand why these midfielders just bomb forward and we're asking our D to break the lines. It's not happening. The key to this is the midfield. And I'm not seeing any signs of Max looking for some answers beyond just personnel and who he's using. How he's using them has to change. This is crazy to watch time and time again. Earlier Rick there said credit to Genoa. They did their homework. There's not much homework to do to figure out Juve. Even if a team played a 4-3-3, line up 5 across the back, slightly change your setup, and you'll shut us down. And for this much time, okay, to continue to have the same blueprint against you shows me there's not enough being done on our end, okay? There's not enough being done on our end. We should be giving teams fits. You should make it hard for them to figure out what the hell are they going to do? How do we shut them down? But we can't do that. The individuals are definitely not helping because through these struggles in the first half, that's just one of the struggles. But when we do get Chiesa in these opportunities, up 1v1 on the left flank where he needs to work, he's been absolutely abysmal. That's not helping things, okay? Because when we do get our key guys into positions that they want to be in, where they should be excelling, they're falling flat today too. So it's a combination of everything, you guys, right now. It really is. It really is. Very, very frustrating half for Juventus. And to be honest, what do? Pick out a player to try and send a message and make a substitution right at half? Like, who do you pick out of this bunch? Because they've all been flat. So Steve's saying Miretti off, Yildiz on. Go a two-man pivot. Rock it with McKennie and Locatelli and maybe C. I'm not against that. Play Yildiz, make him play advanced to Locatelli and McKennie, or even just 3-4-3. I don't know. Something. It's just infuriating to watch the same struggles over and over and over and not see change, not see something from Juventus showing that there's some type of willingness to figure it out. Overall, if we look at these players, how do you even rate these guys? Like, we look at SofaScore here, like, I don't think anybody did anything to get over a 6 rating for Juve in that half. 61% possession. Nobody did anything. Szczesny, SofaScore's got him at a 70. He made one good save that was rather routine looking at the replay and stuff. Maybe give him a 6.5 because he had to make a save or two. Gatti 6.9, 6. Bremer 6.9, 6. Danilo 6.6, 6. Kostic 6.7, 6. Miretti 6.9, 6.5. I'll give Miretti. Locatelli 6.5, 6. Weston McKennie 6.6, 6. Cambiaso 6.6, 6. Chiesa 6.2. He might have gone down half a point at 5.5. Vlahovic 6.4. How many times did this guy even touch the ball? 17 touches? That seems insane to me. Because it felt like he got nothing on it. Chiesa 31 touches. 31 touches from Chiesa. And a lot of those in scenarios I need to see him do something better in. For Allegri, 5, 4. Like, what are we doing from game to game? Genoa, we talked about this in the preview. I called exactly what they were going to do, how they were going to play. How on earth are there no adjustments? How on earth do we not know seemingly how to hurt this team? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I can't keep doing this, you guys. Cannot keep doing this. Reminder, everybody, thank you for getting in here. Drop a like while you're in here, but this is insane. It's insane to watch us play these teams when you can call it a mile away what they're going to do coming into this game, and we don't have a plan. We don't have a plan of attack. We seemingly don't share an understanding on the pitch of what we want to do to hurt them. That's infuriating. That's infuriating for me, you guys. And I'm extra infuriated when it's this early and I got to watch it, okay? Need another espresso, I think. Looking at highlights, there's nothing there either. There's just nothing there. And another thing that bothers me is when you're in a funk, how are you not the one winning the effort battle? We're losing a lot of 50-50s. We're getting beat to the ball a ton. Like, this is what I mean. That's a bare minimum when it comes to fight, work rate, effort. Like, that should never change. That should never change. Forza Juve saying bring in Nanj, Yildiz, and Illing for West, Kostic, and Miretti. We need to be extremely offensive minded and create some havoc. Forza Juve. I don't think I'd make 3 immediate changes, but Kostic, Kostic, to be fair, this is one of the things I've talked about a lot. The alternatives just really haven't. Like, Illing's done nothing in these last two matches where he started, that's really been like, we have to go there. It's just that Kostic has been so flat and bad. But, man, yeah, it's just take your pick. It's almost like a pick your poison. I would probably tough it out with Kostic for at least another 10 minutes into the next half. Nanj, I'm not so sure. I'd be more willing to go Caviglia and Luca in pivots and get Yildiz on the pitch to help the offense too. We need to start tipping the scale on the offensive side. I maybe try that. Locatelli and Caviglia as pivots. Try to give your defenders another guy rather than Locatelli to try and play and hit. And let's get Yildiz free roaming kind of a top, working with Chiesa and Vlahovic. Enough's enough, but you got to tip the scale. I mean, Genoa has really not threatened us. They're still going to want to play defensively like that and cover things up. So get them on the pitch. Let's get after it. Let's get after this. Opa saying Yildiz coming in surely. Yildiz needs to get into this game before the 60th minute. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I think it's time. Yildiz and Illing warming up without sweaters. They will come in. Del Alex P saying this might be the worst game I've seen in a while. That is a bad first half of football. Let me tell you. Ugly, ugly. Tuna Steak saying, I foresee Genoa getting more shots on target if we don't turn it around. We're looking at Giardino, who on the flip side, while we have tons of question marks around Juve and obviously want better, we're in a brutal run. He's brought Genoa to be a very, very stubborn side, and credit will have to be given there as they pretty much stymied us that half. But we got to turn it around. We have to be better individually, and we definitely need some influence here from the manager at halftime. Second half has been one of the key talking points over this stretch of 7 games that has been abysmal for Juventus. And in the last game, we did see a better second half. That is one of the few games, probably the only game during that 7-game stretch where we did make a jump from first half to second half. It would be hard, almost impossible, I'd say, to not get a jump in the second half based on what we saw in the first half of this one. That was abysmal. So let's go. Let's turn it around here. And in the end, no changes have come yet. No subs right now. Same 11. Second half kickoff coming up. And there it is, everybody. Fino alla fine. Forza Juve. Here's to a better second half, and here's to a win. Come on. Tech launching this one. Gatti's way over on the right there. Messias winning the aerial battle against him. Locatelli with a flip on here. Chested down over towards Vlahovic. Turns and fires with his right foot. And that's blocked. Locatelli, big challenge in there on Messias. Gatti now cutting across the field. Plays it off. Kostic over to Miretti. Miretti now scanning. Oh my God. Trying to play a through ball there would have been a nice ball. Hits the ref. And Juve drops it back there for Miretti over to Bremer. Has McKennie there to his right. Plays it to him. McKennie into Locatelli. At Vlahovic's feet. Played in for Gatti. Oh, his shot's blocked there. Looked like he was trying to get the steps right. That is already miles ahead of what we saw in the first half, okay? So there you go. This is what I'm talking about, a bare minimum. Urgency, intent, drive. Let's go. Miretti set to take the corner kick here for Juve. Comes in. Oh, Bremer can't get ahead to that. It drops to the back. Cambiaso drops it off for Kostic. Kostic, cross going to the back. Oh, easily handled by Martinez. Vasquez on it for Genoa. De Winter back to Martinez. Martinez just goes to Vasquez. Retegi and Bremer battling there, and Jesus, Bremer shouldn't be losing that battle. There's a foul on Spence. Good work there from Kostic. Yeah, I don't want to see Bremer losing battles to Retegi, for God's sakes. Danilo takes a free kick, plays it over to Tech. He's going to play it to Gatti. Carry it over the right flank. Being watched by Goodmanson. Shove in the back there to Gatti. No foul. Cambiaso comes in, cleans it up, plays it to Locatelli. Plays it in for Miretti. Easily pushed off the ball by Frendrup, but gets back in there. Challenges him. Ball goes out, throw in for Genoa. 48 minutes, 28 seconds into the second half here. 0-0. A brutal first half to watch. Obviously hoping for a hell of a lot more from Juventus here. Vitinha gives chase here to Bremer. Bremer's going to go route one here. Oh, man. Miretti just can't get that ball to settle. Spence on it. Miretti holding the arm. Goodmanson coming back to collect deep for Genoa. Carries it forward. Aaron pass from Goodmanson, missing Macias on the left flank there. Locatelli gets a foot on here. Miretti now. Springs Kostic with some space up that left flank. Vitinha coming in to close him down. Kostic now. Back for Locatelli. Switches field on the carpet to Gatti. Over to Cambiaso. Get Cambiaso in the middle of the park. Just, there you go. He's now exchanged with McKennie, and let's get him on it. Needs something happening there. McKennie flips this one back for Gatti. He's going backwards. It's going to go all the way back for Tech. Retegi pressuring him. Tech. Oh, this one goes through. And Miretti does force a touch there from Frendrup. It's going to go out. It's going to be Juventus throw. Quickly take it. Here's Kostic trying to switch field, looking for Chiesa, is being marked by Macias. Headed back down. Chiesa does well to pressure Vasquez into getting rid of that ball. It's going to be Juve throw, and McKennie takes it quickly, drops it back for Gatti. In for Locatelli. Over to Bremer. Cambiaso back to Locatelli. Over to Chiesa, who's now on the right side. Over to McKennie. Back to Locatelli. Inside for Here's a cross, trying to find Gatti there. McKennie working with Chiesa there. Cuts inside. Plays it back for Chiesa. Oh, his step seems off. He seems slow. The acceleration seems to be just very weak from Chiesa today. McKennie floats one in left-footed. Headed back. Miretti settles it for Locatelli here. Over to Kostic. We're very narrow now. Now we're losing the width. Danilo steps forward. He's going to flip this one, trying to go to McKennie. Macias cuts it out, but his touch is awful, and it goes out for a Juve throw. Oof. Chiesa. Being watched by Goodmanson. Now Macias. Jesus Christ. Couldn't even keep this thing in play. The struggles are continuing for Chiesa. Holy shit, man. Bremer wins the ball back. We find Danilo. Over to Kostic. Miretti playing out to try and give some width there, but it goes all the way back. Switch field for Bremer, who finds himself on the right. Vasquez hammers this one back. Gatti heads it in. Locatelli settles it. Over to Danilo. He has Kostic on the left. Miretti just ahead of him. Danilo taking it into space. Drops it off for Kostic. Jesus Christ, Kostic. This pass. These are muffins. Okay? Put a little heat on it. Let's go. Do something with some conviction. Ball played in. Oh, Chiesa does force a touch there for a corner kick for Juventus. Off Bade. Get one here. Come on. Corner kick for Juve. Feint. Kostic set to take it. McKennie can't get that thing on goal. Cambiaso slots it for Danilo. Tries to flip this one to the back post, and it's blocked by Spence. Danilo now dropping it back. Locatelli to Tech. Tech on the carpet for Cambiaso. Over to Danilo. McKennie, who's now on the left side of the pitch. To Miretti. Back for Locatelli. Switches it over to Gatti. He's got a lot of space ahead of him. Spence moving forward to watch Gatti. Vlahovic shows for. Settles. Moves forward. Plays it over to McKennie on the left side. Locatelli wants it inside. Quick touch. Into Miretti. Oh my God. Miretti looking for a call. Just hold the fucking ball, kid. Frendra plays this one over to Vitinha. Vitinha taking on Kostic. Good challenge there. And the flag is up, but the ref calls nothing. Locatelli now up ahead for Kostic. Chiesa's got space there in the middle. We weren't even looking. And there's a carpet. Pass along the carpet, easily cut out by Bade. Now Goodmanson on it. Now he plays it ahead for Macias. Being watched by Cambiaso. And Genoa going to slow things down. Wow. De Winter moving forward for Genoa. Changes coming for Juve, and rightfully so. And if these guys come in off the bench and they're flat too, blow the whole damn thing up. Here's a cross going to the back post, but it's over everybody's head. Goodmanson's going to keep this one in on the left flank. Drops it back. Vasquez, now a cross in. Ooh, chested down by Miretti. Plays it forward. Vlahovic applying a little bit of pressure there. Bani keeps it in. Late challenge there. This is going to be a yellow card, I think, on Cambiaso. It is. We should see some changes now from Juve. Holy Christ. Where's the subs now? Looking at Rabiot, Illing Jr., Yildiz. I think 2 are coming on immediately. We might be waiting a little bit longer for Yildiz. Let's see. McKennie's coming out. No Yildiz. Three subs. McKennie's out. Rabiot's in. Chiesa out. Yildiz in. And Kostic out. Illing Jr. in. Let's just see the 3 guys play in attack. Let's just see the 3 of them play together. And Genoa's not really threatening to the point where we need to be scared to play an extra attacker. Like, you got to try things to snap us out of this funk. I don't know. Roberto, I'll tell you what you missed. Absolutely nothing. Like, literally absolutely nothing. Vlahovic is on the ball here, playing it over to Illing Jr., who just stepped onto the pitch. Drops it back for Locatelli. Up ahead for Rabiot, who also just stepped on the pitch. Back to Illing. Over to Yildiz. Back for Locatelli. He's carrying it forward. Into the area. Little one touch there from Vlahovic. Locatelli applies pressure. This one goes out. It's going to be a throw-in for Juventus, deep in Genoa's territory. Illing Jr. quickly takes it. To the back for Danilo. Back to Illing Jr. In for Yildiz. In for Locatelli. Up ahead. Quick touch from Rabiot to Yildiz. Illing Jr. Here's a cross. Going to the back post. Ooh, Vlahovic can't direct that towards goal. Challenge there from Miretti against Martinez, but it's in the keeper's hands. Kostic walking off like we were leading 2-0 kind of sums up the energy on the pitch that we saw. Yildiz is on it here. And he's running at Genoa. Tries to play this one to Vlahovic. It's cut out. Spence now. Finds Bade. This played forward for Retegui. Retegui for Goodmanson. Bade. Over to Vasquez. Has Macias on his left. Cuts inside. Back to Bade. Goodmanson collects. Over to Macias. Oh, Genoa closing us down now, forcing us back. Friendrip to Spence, back to De Winter. 61 minutes. Holy Christ. Just a really flat game from Juventus. The jeers are starting to pick up around the stadium too. The jeers are starting to come. Vasquez launching this one towards the back post. Illing Jr. trying to shield Vitinha there. Doing well to see this one out. Rabiot carrying this forward. Drops for Iling Jr. Inside to Yildiz. Oh, just gets the ball over to Gatti. Oh my God, that's a terrible cross. It does force Spence to play and now for a corner. Awful, awful ball. Like I said, it's a combination of everything right now. The planning or influence from a manager in terms of a game plan to hurt the opposition, but then the individual effort, work rate, and performances out there. Jesus, this game has been ugly. Iling Jr. set to take this corner. Outswinger, it's low. And there's a foul there on Juventus. And we let Genoa off the hook on top of it in moments where we should be hurting them. Jeez. Not much going right for us in this game, everybody. A lot of fundamentals just falling by the wayside. Look at Chiesa on the bench there. Had a terrible, terrible showing individually for himself. Yildiz on it. Pass cut off by Frendrup. Vitinha's on it now. He's going to try and find Retegi, but it's cut out. And now Yildiz running back at Patai. Over to Iling Jr. Inside. Here's Danilo stepping forward for Juventus. Now plays it out to Miretti. Has a little space out on the right side. He's going to take on Macias. Tries to. Low cross. That's blocked. Played out by Genoa. Iling Jr. running in there to try and collect this one and do battle. Does well. Battling with Retegi. And Miretti comes back, collects for Juventus. Bremer now. Over to Locatelli. Inside for Danilo, who has moved ahead of the center backs. Rabiot's on it. Crosses this one in. It's so soft. Easily cleared out by Vasquez. Vitinha keeps it in, but it's stolen by Rabiot. Foul there. This will be a card on Vitinha. Good work there from Rabiot, driving it forward for us. At least he's shown some initiative since coming on. Let's go. Somebody get ahead to this and let's take a lead here. Enough is enough. Come on. Let's go, everybody. Iling Jr. cross coming in. Oh, it's a rocket to the back post, and Rabiot can't get ahead to it. Headed down from Cambiaso. Rabiot, he's on it. Oh, tried to slip a pass through there for Yildiz, who was making a penetrating run there. Just didn't fall for them. Good challenge there from Cambiaso. Wins the ball back. Giardino playing games with the ball to try and give his team an advantage to get back into position defensively. Rabiot flips this one over to the left side for Danilo, who's continuing to step forward. Here's Yildiz. Cuts inside, drops it for Iling Jr. Cuts to his left foot. Oh my God, a weak shot that was hopping. Ends up hitting the outside of the post from Iling Jr. Did the keeper get a touch on that? Looks like it's going out for corner kick for Juventus, and Miretti set to take this one. Come on, you guys. Let's get one here. Miretti. Corner's in. Headed out from Bani. This is going to be another corner kick for Juve. And Genoa's already kicking up the time-wasting thing. Come on. Let's go, you guys. Miretti. Get this on somebody's head. Come on. Come on. Cross in. Oh, that's a bad one. Oh, but only punched out from Martinez Cambiaso. Ambitious volley there. Always rising high into the stands. Not even sure the keeper or anybody touched that shot from Illing. Martinez with an awful ball out to the side for Vasquez, and that goes out. Miretti looking to take the throw quick for Juventus, but doesn't like what he sees and leaves it. No, he's still going to take it now. Drops it back for Cambiaso. Cambiaso back to Bremer. Cambiaso. Over to Locatelli. Inside for Cambiaso. Tries to flick it on. Gatti to Yildiz to Illing. Oh, Illing plays it to Bade. Locatelli. Now over to Miretti. He's going to cut inside. Was asking Rabiot to move inside to take those defenders with him. He did, but it was a little bit late. Locatelli now over to Cambiaso. He can cut in on his left foot. Here's a cross. Go into the back. Vlahovic. Oh. Not far away. Not far away. That's better. Couple changes coming in for Genoa. Strootman's going to come in for Frendrup. And Malinowski set to come in for Goodmanson. Oh, here's a cross going back post, but Tech comes out and snatches it. Throws it out to Miretti here. Oof, Miretti. Moving that ball forward. There it is. We got a slip in the middle here. Yildiz trying to just maintain this ball. He's battling with Spence here. Good job by Yildiz. Takes himself out of the play there. Little too much in the end there. Everything right up until the end. And then losing it. Oof. Gatti, after Juve wins the ball back, can carry forward, plays it in for Locatelli, quickly flips it out to Rabiot on the left, has Illing Jr. there, plays it up for him, inside for Yildiz. Turns for Locatelli, has Gatti stepping forward, plays it to him. Cambiaso drifting well wide on the right flank. He's got it. Cuts inside. Here's a cross going to the back post and absolutely nobody attacking goal. Oh my God. Do we not know what we're going to try to do? Do we not have an idea of what we're trying to do in attack here? Do we want to get Cambiasso in wide positions, crossing it in and send our bodies in? We definitely don't want to work it through the middle because we've done nothing to change the influence out of the middle. Well, like, what are we trying to do here? It's freewheeling. It's freewheeling all over the pitch, for Christ's sake. Vlahovic can't settle that down. And it's played all the way back to Martinez. 72 minutes, 10 seconds. This has been pretty damn dire from Juve. Illing Jr., nice pass inside for Locatelli. Quick one touch in. Vlahovic trying to work on his man here. Oh, backheel pass beyond Bani there. And it's cut out by Genoa. Flicked on. Retegui trying to do battle with Bremer. What in the hell is Retegui doing? This guy's a clown. Sorry, it was Vitinha that time on Bremer. Clown too. Come on. Locatelli. Inside for Yildiz. Turns. Has a look for Danilo. Over to Illing Jr. Back for Bremer. Feints to Gatti's side. Over to Danilo. And they're standing 2 feet away from each other. Like, even the movement and the spacing is just wild to watch right now for this Juventus. Into Cambiasso. Getting forced back. Plays it to Bremer. Was almost cut off there. To Danilo. Over to Rabiot. In for Yildiz. Back for Locatelli. Oh, a little 1-2 attempted for Rabiot, making a run in. Being watched by Bani now. Drops it back. Illing Jr. Top of the area for Yildiz. Inside, Miretti. Tries to slip that one through for Locatelli, who made a run forward. De Winter cuts it out. Miretti does earn a foul here. Jesus, you guys. This is rough. Illing Jr. Cross coming in. Headed out. Bremer settles this one down. Over to Cambiasso on the right. We have all the bodies in the area. This is going to be getting a cross in. There it is. That's a good one. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. See, that's better. All your bodies are forward. Give them fits. Toss it in. Vlahovic can't direct that one on goal. The cross ended up being a little bit behind him, and all he could do was get that one lifted up. That's what we're going to have to do if we're going to have success, because it's not coming on the carpet. So send all your bodies forward and start spamming crosses from Cambiasso. He's got great delivery on him. Start asking them a ton of questions. Get the ball deep. Find Cambiasso there and get all your men forward. Let's go. Gatti into Cambiasso. Hard challenge there from Macias. It's going to be a foul. Bremer's going to shift this one over to Danilo. Come on, you guys. Yildiz has dropped so far back. That's a brutal pass. Hitting the first guy in front of him. Does battle with Retegui. Does well to win it back. But let's go, you guys. A little more sharp. Holy Christ, this referee. And never mind, we might need the ref to put one in for us if this continues. So maybe we should be passing it to him, for Christ's sake. Locatelli. In for Illing Jr. Over to Yildiz. Again, Yildiz dropping very deep. Bremer. Feints over to Gatti's side. Back over to Danilo. Yildiz dropping it back. Here's Locatelli. Over to Miretti. Little touch back for Bremer. There you go. Over to Cambiasso. Get your bodies forward. Oh, he tries to go deep for Gatti. What the hell, you guys? We're giving them fits with the crosses. At least Vlahovic is looking good aerially, like he's in battles he can win. And then you stop doing that too. Cambiasso, just take your cut in, cross that thing in the mixer. Miretti's coming off. Timothy Weah's coming in. Infuriating game, you guys. Infuriating game. Macias battling with Weah there, and Weah loses this one here. Bremer. Flipping this one over to the outside for Illing Jr. It's going to be watched by Spence. Oh, puts Danilo under. Jesus, you guys. What a mistake here. Played forward. Here's Badea. And that's an awful ball. Thank God. That guy sucks. Otegui and one of the worst haircuts in Serie A finally leaving the pitch. Ankea is going to come in for Genoa. Goal kicks taken. Danilo to Tech. Tech launch in this one. Gotta win the aerial here. Locatelli does battle. Rabiot now heads it forward. Beyond Weah, and that's cut out. Macias now launches this one way too far forward. It's going to be a goal kick. Tech trying to have this one in play immediately. He does. Plays it over for Danilo. Has space in front of him to carry it forward. He's taking that space for now. Finding Yildiz. Over to Illing Jr. Genoa dropping back immediately. Cuts it in for Locatelli. Yildiz. Over to Danilo. To Gatti. Trying to cross this one back post for Vlahovic, but Martinez cuts that one out. I can't believe it. 80th minute. Okay. 0-0. One of the most drab affairs I've seen. Moise Kean set to come in. Now's the time for your first contribution, man. What a drab affair. There you go. We got space. Cambiasso out of the middle. Has Vlahovic there. Drops it off for Illing. Oh. I thought he should have looked towards Vlahovic there, man. Oh, Vlahovic with a little bit of space there on the right. Could have taken a pass, cut into his left, and been at the center of the area. Cambiasso set to come off for Moise Kean. Unreal. Unreal. I agree. I agree with you guys. So you give the ball to Dushan. Sharia saying wrong pass. You have to play in Dushan there. And again, it's just everybody right now that has led to this. Players, coaching, everything. Infuriating. No ideas in breaking down Genoa. Poor body language from the players. Poor attitude. Poor approach. Incredible, you guys. Incredible. Incredible. 83 minutes, 13 seconds, 0-0. Martinez throwing this one up Akene's way. Weah places back for Gatti. Jesus. Back for Bremer. He's going to go Rue one chested down nicely by Vlahovic. Yildiz now. Up ahead for Vlahovic. Over to Illing Jr. And he's going back post. This is beyond everybody. Keane's going to leave for Weah. Weah. Back for Locatelli. In for Yildiz. Drops it back for Vlahovic. Oh, shots blocked. Goes out for Juventus throw-in. Illing looking to take this one quickly. And now we have a substitution by Genoa coming. Cittadini coming in for Bani. Bonin coming in for Bade. "85 minutes, 0-0. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Illing Jr. on it here. Swung out by Danilo to Bremer. Over to Gatti. Weah now. Going to accept this with Macias watching him. Cuts inside. Finding a little bit of a lane. Over to Illing Jr. Yildiz making a run deep. No, Rabiot making a run deep. Does force a touch there. It is going to be a corner kick for Juventus. Find a goal here. Come on, you guys. Jesus, I don't even care anymore. Cocomelon, pray. I'll do whatever it takes here. Just find a goal. Good Lord. This is insanity here. Illing Jr. set to take this corner. Here comes a corner. Get ahead to it. It's cleared out by Genoa. Yildiz wins the aerial. There you go. Into Illing Jr. Played back out to him. Here's a cross coming in. Get ahead to it. Cleared out again. Akea trying to be Weah there. Oh, hammers this one at Gatti. Says deal with it. And Gatti does. Over to Vlahovic. Look at where Vlahovic has come to get this thing. Locatelli over to Gatti. The slowest passes I've ever seen. Gatti, oh, cross right at the hands of Martinez. Of course he hits the deck. They're thinking draw, have been thinking draw as of 20 minutes ago. Unbelievable. Unbelievable if this ends up in no 3 points for Juventus. Especially in this manner.
Genoa doing to Juventus what Juventus have frequently done to their opponents this season. Let them have the ball, ask them to break them down, and they haven't been able to.
Locatelli to Rabiot, who finds himself on the right. Over to Gatti. Inside for Yildiz. Outside to Weah. Being watched there. What the hell, you guys? There's a cross in from Weah. Going back post. Oh, it's over, everybody. It's going to go out for a throw into Genoa. My word. We're completely broken. Completely broken. Completely broken from Juventus.
The last time they went 3 games without defeat against Juventus in the league was between February 1990 and October 1991. A sequence of 4 matches, which also includes Genoa's most recent victory in Turin against Juventus. So to say it's not been a vintage season for Allegri is perhaps starting to sound like an understatement. And there is concern etched on his brow there.
Bremer. Into Illing Jr. Foul there on Moise Kean. Guys, 89 minutes, 15 seconds, 0-0. Like, let's go. I don't expect much. Maybe 3 minutes stoppage time, if that. Locatelli over for Gatti. Danilo to Yildiz. Oh, tries to slip one through. Here's Keane. Off the post. Oh. Not just... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Would have loved for that to go in there, but it's just pain. It's just more pain. Five minutes of stoppage. That's helpful to Juve. It's absolutely abysmal and sad. We need it, but nonetheless, here we are. Bremer tries to win this one. Locatelli get involved in an aerial. Rabiot's going to come away with the ball, drive this thing forward into Yildiz. Oh, you got to read that pressure. It's okay. Still falls for us. Vlahovic over to Illing. Up ahead for Rabiot. Back to Illing Jr. In for Locatelli. Coming in quick. Out to Yildiz. Slots it for Gatti. Quickly plays it in for Weah. Oh. Low cross from Weah. Cleared out. It's going to be corner kick. That's a minute already gone out of 5 in stoppage. Come on, you guys. Everybody, while you're in here too, please drop a like. All right? Illing Jr. heading over to take this corner, so it's going to be an in-swinger. Come on, you guys. Find one here. Need the 3 points. Yildiz on it. Cross coming in. That's too close to the keeper. We're going to get a foul there.
when respect is all important, keep racism out. But in a general sense, it's important to respect the officials.
Fire it away, everybody. Coco Melon, fire it away. Fire it away. Let's see if it saves us. Vlahovic talked himself into a yellow for dissent. And he's got himself sent off. And that's just infuriating because we got Lazio on deck. Like, Dusan, come on, man. It just goes from bad to worse. And that's what I mean. It's everybody. It's not just Max. These players need to give their head a shake, too. Like, what are we? This is just a mess. My God. Just an absolute mess. Shambles, you guys. Shambles. Pfft. There's no words. No words. Szczesny comes out, grabs this one, quickly throws it out to Gatti. Inside for Danilo. Over to Rabiot. Over to Ealing Jr. And we lose it. Foul there, though. Get that ball quick. Get up, you guys. Let's go. This is fucking crazy. Ealing Jr. crossing this one to the back. Gatti heads it down, but it falls for a clearance there from De Winter, it appears to be. Weah coming in to take this one quick. What in the fuck is this? We're at 95 minutes, 10 seconds. Like, it's done for time. It's either you find something like right here on this final sequence or that's it. Here's Weah. Way out to Danilo. And he calls the game. Calls the game. Pissing around. Wasting time. Flat for an entire half of football. Second half, what have I always said during this stretch of 8 games, you guys? Pick things up in the second half. Find a strategy to hurt the other team. Why do you need to wait to the second half to figure out a strategy to beat this team? How you're going to hurt them, how you're going to create, when we know Genoa was going to come into this thing and play defensively like they do against everybody away from home. Okay? What is this now? 7 points? Is this 7 points out of a possible 24? This is insanity, this run now. What, and top 4 now? Holy Christ. We're going to bottle the lead we had on even just finishing top 4. This is pathetic from these guys. This is pathetic. From Max Allegri, nothing in terms of a coaching influence, in terms of direction, in terms of game plan to hurt Genoa. From the players, brutal energy, brutal attitude, brutal drive, just terrible. And the mistakes, piss poor, riddled throughout the game and from seemingly everybody. The body language, the attitude's just, it's gone. It's gone. They're broken. They're broken, you guys. Mentally gone 1,000%. 1,000% with Rick Ozzie here. And the thing is, how do you change this now? Max Allegri's message is gone. Okay? So it's gone. In terms of a message coming from somebody over Max, that's got to be done too, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Dusan Vlahovic, like even getting yourself sent off like that, frustrations, I don't give a shit what it is. Now you've taken yourself out before this critical match against Lazio. These are all becoming critical because we can't piss away a top 4 finish. This is insane. This is insane to think that you could go from where you were at prior to that Inter match and one draw, 1-1, seemingly since then, everything has gone to shit. And these guys, the energy, the urgency, the drive, the effort, the determination, at least the fight, that hunger has just crumbled. Like as if there's still weren't positives to take out of that moment. It's learning. It's learning that you're still not where you need to be, and that's okay. But to shut down like this shows that you aren't as close as we may have thought before. You're way, way further away. Absolutely pathetic display, all right? And again, going back to Allegri, and I understand the frustrations with Chiesa's play today as he was abysmal. But why on earth this reluctancy, this hesitancy to play Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Yildiz up top? Why? Why can't we just see it? Genoa was not threatening us enough. Okay? They didn't threaten us enough that we should have been scared to just play an extra forward. I'm not getting an influence from the coaching aspect. I'm not seeing any push out of the coaching. And the players, obviously, we need way better execution in terms of them on the pitch. But Jesus, why can we not just see that in a game where you're not being threatened by the opposition and you need a goal? I just don't understand. I don't understand it anymore, you guys. It's everything. It's the coaching. It's the players. It's their performances. It's all going wrong right now for this Juventus. I don't know if these guys are able to turn it around for even top 4 now. That's insane considering where we were before this 8-game stretch. That's absolutely insane if we're thinking about the possibility, the potential's there to piss away a top 4 finish from where we were. There are no words. Would be an absolute fucking catastrophe, okay? The numbers going through in this one, 66% possession for Juventus, 17 total attempts, 2 on target for Juventus. Out of 17 attempts, you put 2 on target. Genoa with 5 total attempts, all right? They had 0 attempts in the second half. Not a 1. And we were threatened by playing an extra forward, by not allowing Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Yildiz to just try and play these guys together up top. Look at the way Yildiz played. He did drop back deep to collect the ball and everything. Chiesa could have stayed high with Vlahovic. I don't understand the unwillingness to do that in this game, despite Chiesa's frustrating play individually. I don't get it. I don't get it. Big chances created. We had one. We had one big chance created in a game where you have the ball for it finished 71% possession in the second half, okay, but 66% overall. And you finish with one big chance created, 2 on target. Oh my God. And I understand, obviously, hitting the post there from Keane, but that's so late in the game. This is just infuriating for me. I don't know if we snap out of this, you guys. You want to look at the players? We'll talk about their performance. Vlahovic, for me, his rating goes to shit, despite I think he lacked the service and he looked dangerous when the aerial ball started coming in, and we didn't look to do it. We didn't look to even want to feed him, even though that there was danger there. But Szczesny finishes with a 7.3. These are SofaScore ratings. Szczesny, 6.5. Gatti, 6, maybe 6.5. Some willingness to get up forward, do something. Had a couple attempts at his feet, which is more than some of our attacking players. Bremer, 6.5. Danilo, 6.5. Nothing special there. Kostic, an even 6. Next to nothing. Illing Jr. was better, but again, frustrations there, but he was better. Hit the post too. Miretti, 6.5. Illing Jr., I'd give Illing a 7. I'd give Illing a 7 for effort alone, to be honest with you. Locatelli, 6. McKennie, 6. Cambiaso, 6.5 maybe. Vlahovic, getting yourself sent off like that wipes out anything good that you did. 5 or a 4, okay? Chiesa, 6, maybe 6.5. Frustrating stuff, you guys. It's hard to see things turning around for this guy. The message is gone, okay? The message is absolutely gone. No influence coming from coaching. No changes tactically, strategically whatsoever. And when a lot of your guys just aren't showing the fight, the grinta, like I said this on the last live shows. I'm saying it again. The message needs to come from above Max. And these guys should be playing for their jobs, okay? Should be playing for their jobs right now. The sad thing is, I don't think they have the fortitude. I don't think they have the balls to step up and give a shit about it. But this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. And 59 points right now, level with Milan. Milan has a game in hand. Bologna is now only 5 points behind us. Roma with a victory would become 8 points behind us. You know, it's getting tight. We're pissing away any type of room whatsoever. This is just dreadful. And Del Alex P, I mean, he's been a fan 26 years. This is some of the worst football I've seen in his years. It's easily some of the worst I've seen Juve at. And I've been through everything since mid-90s, okay? This is insane. This is insane. And again, I stand firm on everything I've said. I believe with the caliber of coaches available, I believe with a certain somebody that's been waiting for the chair, if top 4 becomes in jeopardy, I believe Juve will act. It's going to be somebody many don't want. It's going to be somebody many would want. But that might be enough to sway them, okay? Not making Champions League is not an option for this Juventus. It simply isn't. We have to, financially, or shit hits the fan. And I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if this happens. I would not be surprised. the biggest question, like I've been saying for a while, is what does Juve look at Malta as being? If they are looking at Malta as being the guy that could be the long-term thing, they might wait it out and ride it out. But I'm telling you, this is one hell of a situation we find ourselves in. To play Genoa at home, no disrespect to Genoa because they have been a stubborn side, but you knew a mile away. You knew a mile away what they were going to bring this game, and you still had nothing. You still had nothing to sort that. This is infuriating. I cannot see this team continuing on. You guys, storm the barn session in full effect. Fire away, you guys. Suarez's firing away right now with his question. Will Juve make a move and fire Max this week? Your thoughts, Bert? You know, I don't know if it's going to be this week. I don't know. But I stand firm that this summer, if Juve was thinking about a change last summer, okay, they are for sure going to be thinking about it now, okay, and thinking about it this summer. And with the caliber of coaches available at this time compared to last season, I simply do not see us sticking by Max. And even if we're putting it on players to a certain degree, the energy, the attitude, and everything is a sign that there is a disconnect there, okay? Whether the players have quit on Max, which is wrong, but still, it's something that has to be addressed, and you aren't changing 23 guys. But this is why I still stand firm. The Riot Act needs to be read to the players. They need to understand they should be playing for their jobs, or they're all available this summer. Because, simply put, for a lot of these guys, that's not good enough what we just watched. That's pathetic. That is well beyond anything we should ever see from a Juventus side, all right? Well below anything we should see. In a positive note, Rick Ozzie from our friends at JCD Melbourne Gigi Buffon Official Fan Club has gifted another 5 AJC memberships. You are an absolute legend, all right? You are an absolute legend. Listen to my friend Tony Trim. Like the video, everyone, okay? Support, hey. We got to stick together. But in terms of a change, I would not be surprised with anything right now. This just can't keep happening. Vidad coming in here with his Storm the Barn question, and that's, what would you do if you had the red button under your hand? Fire or keep him? Right now, I've been waiting for a turnaround game for quite some time. And the performances against Napoli and Atalanta were worthy of the 3 points. However, even in those matches, I've seen disconnect. I've seen disconnect from Max and what's going on in the game and some of the changes he's making, and it's just not cohesive right now. Top 4, you absolutely have to make it. It could go terribly bad if we had to pull the trigger right now, because the question is, it's not going to be Malta that comes in if you pull the trigger now. Are we looking at an intern coach to try and get us through? That's tough. That's tough. Conte? I'd probably do it. It's not all his fault, but if I had the red button under my hand, I would probably push the button right now. It's just, we can't keep going the way we can't keep hitting this point year in, year out, regardless of the roster, regardless of what the players are doing. But we can't keep asking for turnarounds. It's just, and the players have to have accountability, and we have to read them the riot act. Their jobs should not be a given. Okay? They should know that's on the line. But if I had the red button under my hand, I'm pushing the red button, and I'm probably doing something I don't necessarily want to see, and that's bring back Conte. Man, which I still don't want to do, and that's why it's so tough. Because Conte would do something in terms of personality, in terms of attitude, in terms of grinta, but the play, I don't know. This is how incredibly difficult a position this Juventus management is in, everybody. Insane. We'll keep going with your guys' Storm the Barn. How many players do you think Juve needs to add this summer? We need 2 good additions in the midfield, for sure. And I think we need a fullback. Those are musts for me. Okay. Definitely 2 solid, like 2 very, very good additions in the midfield. And at fullback, I'd like to see maybe even a versatile center back, fullback. Thiago Giallo, I'd love to see some minutes for him come up soon to kind of see what we could be dealing with. That's a guy that could play anywhere across a back 4. But definitely the midfield continues to be a sore spot this game. Another piece of evidence in a file that grows enormous. Okay. Midfield needs some major help. Marco Tomic here. Would any of these players start in any Juve team in the last 25 years? I honestly don't see it happening. This game also, while I'm hard on Max, it does really show that the alternatives are pretty limited for him as well. The game gets a little bit better, but again, we just didn't seem prepared whatsoever to play out of the middle. And you called for Cambiasso in the middle in games previously to help creation, yet you didn't address that lack of creation today whatsoever and kept him outside. He got inside centrally maybe a couple times, and one time was a great opportunity. And then at the end of it, Cambiasso lays off a pass Tilling Jr. when he should have played it over to Vlahovic. This is frustrating, but the roster definitely needs work, but everybody is responsible for what just happened, coach and players. Am I unpopular for thinking we desperately need Conte and not Motta? It might be unpopular mostly because Motta has hit this heights of a flavor of the week type, like we saw with De Zerbi, that faded off quick, like we saw with Italiano, that faded off quick. Like he's kind of still in that peak, but there is a large portion of the fan base that would like Conte to return. A very large portion, a growing portion of the fan base, based on what we've been seeing in terms of attitude and everything, because at least that's a guarantee from Conte. Conte might send 3/4 of this roster home crying. And you know what? Good. They kind of deserve it based on the attitude and effort I'm seeing on the pitch. Max has babied these guys. He's partly responsible for the demeanor and everything. Sometimes you got to force these guys to just become men. Conte would do that. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee that he would at least work on that part. And he'd set a tone. He'd set the standard requirements. You meet it, or he don't give a shit who you are. It's tough. Without a new coach, do you think we make top 4? My confidence is dwindling. This is the fear I have right now is, of course, it's not all on a coach. But I don't know how you spark up a stimulus now if you haven't been able to do it over these past games. This was a home game against Genoa, without disrespect to them. And again, we've pissed away an entire half of football. And the second half wasn't that big a jump, and we still didn't go out with set ideas on how you wanted to break them down. I really don't know what changes if everything stays the same that would just all of a sudden see this team snap out of it. And now you have Lazio, and Lazio has Igor Tudor, who has just come in, and they're going to be hungry for some changes. He's going to shift things up. There's going to be a stimulus there right on time to capitalize on a very fragile Juventus. And I tell you what, from one game to the next, because after we play Lazio, we play them in the Coppa Italia, Tudor will learn. Tudor will adapt. Where is the learning from us? Where's the adapting from us? I'm not seeing it. You guys. This is getting very, very intense. Very, very intense, you guys. I don't even know anymore what's going to happen with this team. This one absolutely had to be 3 points, and we didn't want the 50-50s. Got beat on these. You got lack of ideas, lack of influence from the coach, a midfield that still can't play their way out of a wet paper bag. Just all the problems that we've seen periodically were just all there at once in this game. This is infuriating. 95 minutes, 17 attempts, 66% possession, 2 attempts on target. Yes, a rather soft attempt from Milling Jr. hit the outside of the post, went out. Yes, Keane steps in, hits the post on a shot there. But that's too little, it's too few, and too far between. You shouldn't have wasted a first half. You should have run them ragged in the first half. If they want to sit back and just defend like that, we should have pressed. We should have sent bodies. We should have hurt them. You played it too safe. Wasted halfway in the second half. Lack of ideas. This midfield, though, continues to be a very, very weak spot for me, you guys. I'm not seeing anything out of these guys. And even the thought of asking a fullback player, a wingback player like Cambiasso to step in there to do it shows you the problems we're having. Chiesa, from an individual performance, weak. Vlahovic, I thought he was hard done by in terms of service, getting him involved. Yildiz, I thought, looked good when he came on. But again, still some bad decisions in some certain key moments. It's ugly right now, everybody. It's ugly. It's going to be all hands on deck. We got to snap out of it, but that's a prime opportunity, these last couple home matches, to snap out of it. This performance was probably the worst out of all the 8 that we've seen. For me, this was probably the worst one. It's unacceptable. There's nothing else to say other than completely unacceptable. The worst performance out of the 8-run matches, where we've only got 7 points out of 24. Absolutely the worst one, in my personal opinion. Charles coming in, storm the barn. We got time for a couple more, you guys. Do you think Chiesa's good days were a flash in the pan? I don't think it was a flash in the pan. I just think that he was the benefactor, I think, in his strongest season from other guys that also took attention. I think right now, if we're looking at this Juventus side, it's very easy to key in on the guys that are going to be banked on, counted on for creation. So I think he was a benefactor of that, and now he's struggling to have the impact, the influence, and whatnot, as it's very easy to clamp down on him. We saw situations, just for example, where he gets the ball out on the left side in 1v1 scenarios. That should be his bread and butter. He was very poor today. Chiesa was poor today, no doubt. But in situations where we're bringing in an extra body or whatnot, or they are, to double team, sometimes triple team, there's no support around him. Nobody's making an overlapping run. Nobody's asking the defense to spread away from him and help him. It's too easy to shut this Juventus down because guys are not giving us more. We're not even getting the bare minimum. And I just don't see this team working together. And that's on everybody, but especially a coach. Like, I just don't see how we could be such a mess positionally. The spatial awareness, all of that. Like, that is on Max too. I don't understand how you can have something that's seemingly solid also, like just defensively and everything, and all you're trying to do is push the offensive side to get to a point where you not only have you not strengthened the offense, you've gone backwards with it. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're taking steps in the complete opposite direction. Brutal. It's brutal, but I don't think it was a flash in the pan. I just think right now there's nobody else to really draw the attention, and it makes it very, very easy to clamp down on him and shut him down. And when he's in a game like today, it's very, very easy. But there's nobody to really play with. Miretti, they tried a couple 1-2s. It wasn't happening. You saw Chiesa drift all the way to the right side to try and play with Cambiaso. Another reason I think Cambiaso should have been in the middle of the pitch, because he can play those. He can read those. But the other guys, it's just too slow. It's way too slow. We play brutal. I've seen young kids teams play 1-2 touch football. That's what we train out here. It's pathetic to see. Pathetic. Hassar, Storm the Barn. Since we don't have individual stars creating individual brilliance, how will we snap out? I don't honestly know. That's a question I have no answer for. You know, I said in the pregame going into this one, I would have used Cambiaso in the midfield. For me, that's where the problems lie for everyone. And today we saw it again, how deep players had to drop to get on the ball in the second half. They started doing it way more than the first half. But you can't have defenders, Bremer, Gatti, Danilo on the ball as much as we did in the first half, looking for them to create or set something up. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, there's no excuses for that. These guys just have to step up. And as a coach, like, you got to figure that out. You have to figure that out. But the lack of direction, the lack of change, the lack of game plan, game in, game out, and first half to second half is enough to make me think about having a drink, you guys, at 7 a.m. Holy Christ. Oh. Positives. I want to ask you guys in live chat, were there any positives out of this game? Were there any positives to take out of this game? I can think of one. Okay? I can think of one positive to take out of this one. Okay? Miretti is one from Andre. He's going to say positive. Del Alex P says no positives. I can think of one positive, okay? Vinmat say, well, we did lose. Yes. Clean sheet. No, the one positive for me is that the younger guys that didn't get the start, Illing Jr., who should have got the start, Yildiz, their attitudes and demeanor was good and positive, and I liked that. I actually did like their attitude, their approach and whatnot. They were trying to get after it. Not everybody on the pitch matched that. Unfortunately, some of those guys are supposed to be our key guys, which I have harped on for a large portion of this season. Our key guys not being our actual, in fact, key guys. But the positive is those guys at least showed the right attitude, drive, effort, etc. I still have no idea how in a game like this you don't play 3 attackers earlier in that second half to try and shift it. And Yildiz looked good today. I would have liked to see, and we talked about it when Chiesa's on there, not having enough help in terms of attention divided or taken away from him. Yildiz would have offered that. Illing Jr. helped offer that. But it wasn't happening before. Kostic doesn't require a ton of attention based on how he plays. We should have tried a 3-pronged attack sooner and tried to help Chiesa. He was getting 1v1s. He was struggling still, but it doesn't mean we go away from that. And ultimately, at the end of the day, he still a big part, and you have to find ways to break through that. Otherwise, you're just going to keep doing the same thing. You're going to keep throwing him in there on moments where he's overrun by defenders, double team, triple team sometimes, and nothing's going to change. So sooner or later, you're going to have to shift something. Going back to the question, how do we snap out of this? We need to change something to snap out of it. So change. We have to change something. It might be formation and pressure and going at it. We can't keep it the same right now. You know, we're going to hash it out obviously tomorrow. We're going to listen to take in the post-match comments. We're going to go through all that. But tomorrow is the post-match podcast, all right? 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll tackle it in much more depth and see what happens. Does Juve do something as a club? Let's see what happens. Crazy to think about this game going down the way it did, everybody. Again, through it all, drop a like, please. I thank you all for joining in this watch along, all right? It was still nice to mix it up with all of you. And at least if I'm going to go through that, I love having the company, all right? So thank you. You guys always, it's always my pleasure to do these things for you guys. And misery loves company today. Yeah, miserable and misery upon us. 0-0 with Genoa. Fucking hell. Hey, on to the post-match podcast tomorrow. We'll tackle in depth. I believe I have Mr. No Knees with me. We may have Omer with me as well. We will see what happens. No matter what, fino alla fine, Forza Juve, reaction. We're waiting for reaction. What is the reaction going to be? We will see. Time will tell. Take care, everybody. No matter what, no matter this awful result, I am going to enjoy the rest of my weekend. I hope the same for all of you, all right? We'll catch up with you tomorrow morning on the post-match. As always, again, fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Ciao tutti.
Yeah.